This is for 4th grade ELA, text set 11, genre study poetry. What word would you pick for the way you are feeling today? Are you happy or mad or some other emotion? Everyone feels glad or mad or even sad from time to time. Things that happen with family, with friends, or even at school can make you feel lots of different emotions. That's what Judith Virus writes about in her collection of poems. It is called What Are You Glad About? What Are You Mad About? So in this, there's the contents, and it tells us the different type of poems that we're going to be reading about. How are you feeling today? What are you glad about? What are you mad about? On page 2, much more than terrified. On page 6, sorry. Page 7, friends and other people. I'm not my best friend's best friend anymore. Page 45. So these are some of the topics of Judith's poem. And there's a lot of them. We're not going to be reading all of them. All right, how are you feeling? What are you glad about? What are you mad about? If you had just one color to paint the whole world, would it be orange or gray? If you had just one message to give to the world, would it be grrr or hooray? If you had just one place you could live in this world, would you choose here or away? What are you glad about? What are you mad about? How are you feeling today? Did you wake up this morning all smiley inside? Does life taste like ice cream and cake? Or does it seem more like your goldfish just died and your insides are on one great big ache? Do you wish you could go in a closet and hide, or would you rather go play? What are you glad about, mad about, sad about? How are you feeling today? There's that white space. When they ask you to do something, will you say yes, or will you answer be no? Do you think that you get what you want, or much less? Are you shrinking or starting to grow? Is that person you see in the mirror a mess, or is that person okay? What are you glad about, mad, sad, or bad about? How are you feeling today? All alone inside my own skin. I'm all alone inside my own skin. That's how it is and how it's always been. We are each a one and only, but at times I feel so lonely that I wish I could invite somebody in. There's that white space. I'm all alone here. I, myself, me, that's just one person, though it sounds like 3. If you've nothing else to do, and if you're feeling lonely too, perhaps you'd like to keep me company. Such a lovely girl. The moms, they all love Anna May. She's such a lovely girl, they say. There's no one sweeter, kinder, or politer. I really hate to hear them say, you must be more like Anna May when I don't want to be. I want to bite her. She's such a lovely girl, they swear. She gets good grades, she's got great hair. She tries to be the best, and who can stop her? She likes to help, she likes to share. She always wears clean underwear. She's practically a saint. I'd like to bop her. Each night I go to bed and pray that Anna May will move away to someplace far, perhaps the Isle of Man. It could be New Zealand, Prague, Nepal, the Gobi Desert. Hey, Yay, could be a whole new planet. I'm sick of having her adored by all the moms while I'm ignored. She's such a lovely girl, they always tell us. She's 10, I'm 0 on the board. Of a game that's being scored, what possibly could make you think I'm jealous? Much more than terrified. I know there's a monster lurking inside my closet. I am terrified. I can't hear his breathing, fierce and fast and furious, but I've never met a monster before. So I'm glad to open my closet door, because much more than terrified, I am curious. Sorry? I did it. Although all the grown-ups forbid it, I knew right away that I wasn't okay, but even good children can't always obey. And yesterday morning, I couldn't obey, so I did it. I did what I shouldn't, then hid it. I wanted to blame it on 3 other guys, except I turn red when I start telling lies. And everyone knows when I start telling lies that I did it. I did it. And now I have to admit it. I'll say that I'm sorry for what I have done. I'll always say lots of sorries. I won't mention fun. Although I had fun, lots of fun, so much fun when I did it. The sillies. I feel like wearing mismatched socks, one purple and one orange. I'd like to wear them on my ears or maybe on my borge. You wonder what a borge is? Go ask my cousin Bill. He's the guy who knows the answer since I went and called the sillies. White space. I feel like eating lamps for lunch and then some rugs for supper, and for dessert I'd like to try a krawat or a gupper. You don't get what I'm saying. You must check with Cousin Gil. He's the guy who knows what's doing since I went and caught the sillies. I feel like flying to Vizia on my next school vacation unless I go to Klopp instead. You want an explanation of where these places are? You'd best call up my Cousin Phil. He's the guy who knows what's flying since I went and caught the sillies. Get serious, my mama says. She thinks that I'm outrageous and also a bad influence, perhaps even contagious. She tells me to stop my nonsense now. It's giving her the willies, but I'm not stopping till you all have gone and caught the sillies. School stuff. Now we're talking about school. What I've learned at school. John F. Kennedy was our 35th president. Earth is a planet revolving around the sun. Not everyone's mom puts an I love you note in their lunchbox next to their lunch. And not everyone remembers to flush when they're done. Ew. Every mammal has hair and a whale is a mammal. A poem is a poem even if it doesn't rhyme. Teachers don't like to hear stories about how the wind blew your homework away. And the school bus won't wait if you aren't there on time. Annapolis is the capital of Maryland, and 21 divided by 7 is 3. And wearing a black leather jacket will make you the coolest kid in the class, as long as your favorite movie is still E.T. Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone. You've got to stop talking once the exam begins. You're never supposed to make fun of the other team when it loses a game. And you're never ever supposed to cry when it wins. Mix red and yellow together if you want orange. If you want green, you need to mix yellow and blue. I also have learned the difference between metamorphic and igneous rocks, and between boys and girls, but I'm not telling you. School lunch. There was trouble this afternoon at the school cafeteria. Somebody sat on Mary's PB&J. The girl went into a state of total hysteria and poured ketchup all over the sandwich sitter's tray, who then took his burger, plopped it on top of Mary's head, after dipping it first in the ketchup tray, which is why she's eating a burger that's slurpy and hairy, and why he's eating a smelly PB&J. Reading and writing. To learn the English language, rules are needed. So many rules my head will soon explode. The dog I feed, I've fed. I can't say feeded. The candles I blow out, I blew, not blowed. If I should cheat, I never would I cheated. If I should cry, I sometimes do, I cried. But when I eat a snack, I haven't eated. When I buy, I cannot say I buyed. I read a book, that doesn't mean I readed. Though if I boss you, I can't say I bossed. They're making me say I led instead of leaded. And if I lose, I haven't lost, I've lost. The lambs who bleat are always lambs who bleated, but moms who drive are always moms who drove. I'm positive that when I weed, I weeded, but when I dive, I have just dived or dove. I know bled goes with bleed, it isn't bleeded. Choose goes with choose, but squeeze won't go with squeeze. These rules have left my beaten, though not beated. I think I'd rather try to learn Chinese. The lesson. Pick a number. Shh, don't tell. Add 6, add 5, add 9. Take 2 away, take 4 away, add 8. You're doing fine. Now take away the number that you started with and then divide by 2. Take 1 away. I bet you're left with 10. The homework. How did you do that? Figure it out. Then I ask a friend to pick a number. Shh. No. Now you can play your own arithmetic. Alright, I'm going to skip about the family. My papa. My papa is my daddy's dad. It tickles and he teases. He makes me sandwiches for lunch. The best are his grilled cheeses. My papa helps remind me of my thank yous and my pleases, but I don't need reminders when I'm eating his grilled cheeses. My papa rides a bicycle, even skis on the skis, but what he's really champion of is grilling his grilled cheeses. My papa snores ferocious snores and sneezes mighty sneezes, but nothing shakes and nothing breaks when he makes his grilled cheeses. My papa doesn't hear too well, he's achy in the kneeses, but he's completely perfect when he's grilling his grilled cheeses. My papa's traveled everywhere. He sailed the 7 seas, but I think he likes staying home to make me his grilled cheeses. When I get to be president, I'll banish prunes and peases, and I name my papa head of the Department of Grilled Cheeses. I'm going to skip all that. Bossy Mom. I can't ride my bike to the far side of town. My mom says I'm bound to get lost. There are places she won't let me walk to because of the dangerous streets to be crossed. She treats me as if I am still in 1st grade and expects all the rules she has made are obeyed, though there's 10 million rules that I swear she has made. I'm so bossed. I can't get to bed till I've washed and brushed, and she even makes sure that I'm flossed. And whatever I've worn, I'm supposed to pick up and not leave on the floor where it's tossed. No matter how long and how loud I complain that she's ruining my life, that she's causing me pain, that she's going to drive me completely insane, I get bossed. In winter, I have to wear Eskimo clothes so I don't catch a chill from the frost, and she tells me I can't have my ears pierced, although I could save up and pay what it costs. She promises someday when I'm finally grown, I will get to be boss and make rules of my own. But meanwhile, I can't even stay home alone. I'm still bossed. I'm still getting bossed. I am so bossed. Alright, I'm going to stop.